Venezuelan and human rights defender. The Security Council has treated the situation of Venezuela in two opportunities in the last month. The humanitarian situation is getting worse. In this context, the civil society organizations that are working in the humanitarian field are in risk and have been victims of the arbitrary detention. My question is, what are the next steps that you will follow to avoid more loss of life and suffering of the Venezuelans and keep the Venezuela in the agenda? Thank you.
If I try to be a bit honest about the situation there, first of all, of course, we're extremely worried, as everybody is, about the situation in Venezuela for all the reasons you know, the humanitarian situation, the number of refugees. I mean, there is absolutely no question about it. The Security Council, as you could judge, is deeply polarized on the situation in Venezuela. And frankly, it's, I believe, important to remind some from time to time that the Security Council is neither a theater play nor a think tank, but a body that is supposed to make decisions. And if you want to make decisions in a body like the Security Council, like in every board meeting that you know better than I do, then you have to compromise. Then you have to break out with your autopilot and to roll up our sleeves and to work on a possible way out. And to be very frank, I don't see it at the Council right now. I see the opposite. But it doesn't mean, that's my message here, it doesn't mean that we should not try. And for example, we as France, we are members of what we call the International Contact Group on Venezuela. And from there, I believe we tried and will try again to work towards a negotiated political settlement, toward the organization of elections. We all know it's difficult, but there is simply no other way. And it's a wider lesson from, I believe, my experience in the UN system. Posturing is one thing, but posturing never led to any positive decision. Posturing should be translated into a position of negotiation and into, again, breaking the autopilot to try and find a solution. I think there is no other way if you want to find a solution in Venezuela. And it's the same, by the way, with respect to the humanitarian situation. Here we all try to support, Germany, France, and others, the humanitarian organizations and agencies trying to help Venezuela. We see how difficult it is for them, because as soon as they put the finger or the foot into Venezuelan territory, they are instrumentalized, so to speak, by one or the other party. So it's very difficult for them, and we need to help them find the narrow path to get their humanitarian assistance, go through, and help populations in need in Venezuela. So that's my message. But for the time being, the hope for the Security Council to take action and to find something is limited. I'm very frank with you, because we are in the posturing. That's the way it is. And that's why we need to find other circles like the International Contact Group I was mentioning, in order to find this narrow path towards a political solution. There is no other way.